Hi everyone, welcome back to TryTami. This is Dave Murphy. In the previous video, I walked through how to add a course to our course catalog, which you can see here. We added a sales leadership for enterprise sales class. If we wanted to add more classes, we could do that here, or we could create a learning path, which incorporates this instructor-led training class with self-paced training or other types of sessions. If I want to schedule a new class for this sales leadership for enterprise sales, I can always do that in the top right, the schedule a new class button, or I can click into this class to see the information. I can see the description, the learning objectives, the outline, as well as the duration, student range, what we're charging for the class, and the skills associated to need to teach this class. We can always edit the class with the edit course button. To schedule a new class, we can scroll down and click schedule new. So from our catalog, we want to schedule a sales leadership for enterprise sales class. We could also select custom project, which will allow us to schedule a completely new class. For this, we'll continue with the sales leadership training. We'll select our client, which we added as part of this video series, which was LinkedIn, and we can specify the start date. So I'll do the rest of May. Now, when we go to create and find trainers, it's going to look at the availability of instructors based on their instructor portal profile or their calendars. And it will look at the skills associated with this course, Sales Leadership for Enterprise Sales. So I'll click Create and Find Trainers, and this will surface the best matches. So this is showing that the instructor we had added previously, Jeff, is a good match because he has sales leadership and enterprise sales skills, which are required to teach this class. Jeff's rate is $1,000 or cost is $1,000 per day. And so if we want to select Jeff, we can book him directly since he is an employee. If he was a contractor, we would send an invitation in which he could accept, decline, or counter to. So for this class, we will go ahead and book Jeff directly. We can see he is available in any day in May, and it is showing that in purple since this is a one-day class. So we can go ahead and select Wednesday, May 20th. We can add our location on site or conference link information, which we can also edit later. And now we can see the class information in terms of the trainer, course, client, the dates, what we're charging the client, what our instructor cost is, and we can see our profit per course, as well as this charge has been deducted from this client balance. So I'll go ahead and book now, and we now have a scheduled delivery. So from this page, we can see all the details for this delivery. We can edit whether it's virtual or on site, add that information. We can enroll students using a spreadsheet, manually adding them, or a registration link. There's the course outline, as well as information on the right, such as the day and time, who the client is, the instructor, the financials for the class, and a class chat, which allows the students, instructor, and my account manager communicate directly in the app and avoid back and forth email chains or unnecessary meetings. From here, there's also a delivery plan, and this is going to help navigate all of the logistics needed for setting up an instructor-led class. So right now, there are no delivery tasks identified yet. Once we generate that plan, this AI agent will start surfacing the most relevant logistics or action items needed to be taken so that this class is delivered successfully. So once the plan generates, we'll start to see tasks like no students added yet, which we can see here. It's the first time our instructor Jeff has taught at LinkedIn, so we want to ensure there's correct alignment. Again, it's our first delivery at LinkedIn, so we need to make sure that we have the right virtual meeting link, etc. We can acknowledge these. We can create tasks to address these, and the system will learn over time. So This is looking at about 65 different logistical steps needed, whether it's on site, virtual, B2B dedicated, open enrollment, and it will automatically surface the most relevant ones. Additionally, under operations, we can go to ops intelligence, which will give us a master view of all these operations and logistics that need to be taken, which I'll show in the next video. Thanks for watching.